Hello and welcome to this Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, or a somber Memorial Day, as I really should say. That was a knee-jerk reaction because I assume that most of you are shopping for sheets and towels today, snapping up those bargains for a holiday you don't even acknowledge, and shame on you. And bringing in my favorite person to shame the anti-patriots, it's Jimmy Failla.
Thank you. Because everybody knows the correct way to acknowledge this holiday is to drink until the cops come and tell you to turn down the George Michael songs in your backyard. And we can make these jokes. Why? Because we have a great reverence for the people who put on these uniforms.
Absolutely.
We are, oddly enough, most people think our friendship is predicated on, a mutual preference for a specific strand of methamphetamine. But it's not true. People assume that's like what drew us to each other.
No, you like the Mississippi meth. I prefer the Oregon meth. It's actually much stronger.
Well, it's the gluten thing, the celiac thing, and the Oregon meth. If that's the route you're going, you're going to have the Oregon meth.
They don't cut the good meth with flour, Jim.
Yeah, it's also keto, and who's going to argue? But our entire friendship is predicated on two things. One is the movie The Naked Gun.
That's absolutely right.
The other is we're very patriotic people.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Levittown, which was a suburb built for GIs returning home from World War II. And I had to march in that parade that was like the highlight of the year every year, was to be in the marching band. I was in the marching band.
What did you play?
I played the trumpet. I was in the all-county band. I sat first trumpet in the all-county band. A lot of people don't know that. Like I can actually play a trumpet. I can't at this point.
Why have you hidden this talent for years now?
Some people know
because if you are that good at playing trumpet, like you'll never forget the fingering, as I haven't from prom night.
Oh,
but also you can still read music.
Sort of. My sheet music reading isn't great.
Can you play the bugle?
Yes, I was just going to say.
Can you squeak out taps at my funeral?
I absolutely
Is that too much to ask?
And I look forward. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, that was a little too enthusiastic.
Ready
there,
and willing.
sir.
I kid. But stick with me. Yes, I could always play the trumpet, and I can play it bugle style without keys.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, growing up in the environment that I did, me and you have always had great respect for Memorial Day.
Amen.
But you're not wrong to say most people are like, oh, I can wear white now and put out in the Hamptons. Okay, it's Memorial Day. I can put on white and hold
Ladies,
it up.
you don't have to wait for Memorial Day to wear white and put out in the Hamptons.
Yeah, be a real boss
Allegedly.
girl. You could be putting out this weekend at my house. I kid.
Do it in March.
Thank you.
So I have a parenting question for you. So, we are at a similar place in our parenting with my younger daughter and your son, Lincoln. They're essentially the same age. My older daughter has gone off to college.
Yeah.
So we're in sort of this new territory of this no man's land, if you will, to employ a World War I reference. How much discipline are you supposed to meter out?
So for the one
to
kid?
A returning college freshman.
Yeah, you're in a dicey spot there. What you're just trying to do.
I know what she's been through at college.
Yeah. Well,
we have a very close relationship, and she has shared with me, it's been all Bible studies and macrame classes.
This day and age in college, well, yeah. It's funny. Well, to her credit, she wasn't camping like some of this,
No, she was not camping, and she was not at a school where they had any tents or any nonsense.
Not a pro-Hamas school. So
No.
There you go. The truth is, you've always got to own your space in the sense that she's living under your roof.
Mm-hmm.
So the laws, the rules of the house still apply. But she definitely, because she has been a feral cat now for a few months, living under her own devices, probably should no longer be. She shouldn't be policed the way your younger daughter should, I guess is the point. So,
I'm literally like the corrections officer who checks you into prison when I do the laundry. Like, I'm going through every pocket. I'm reading every receipt. Like, I'm very annoying in that sense with my younger daughter because, she's still a freshman in high school.
She's growing up.
But when I went to pick up my older daughter from college, she was actually wistful to leave, which made me happy because it meant that she's happy there.
Yeah.
And she looks forward to going back for her sophomore year. But she was like, God, I'm going to miss this freedom. And she was looking around and was like, oh, God, I didn't even think about this. Like, what are you supposed to do? So the only time she's been back for a few weeks, the only time I've yelled at her is when she was too loud after I'd already gone to bed.
But that's the thing, though. But that's going to apply no matter what their age is.
Yeah.
So it's basically like these are quality of life infractions now. Do you remember the term broken windows policing?
Oh, absolutely.
Broken windows policing. If you see somebody hop the subway turnstile, you go, hey, don't do that. Write graffiti. Don't do that. So these are the minor things. Put your beer away. You know, don't light the house on fire. Don't bring strange people in. You know, yeah. Is that? Are you saying? Yeah. Have you seen?
No, we've had that issue, but she was the one who came to me and said, "I am not letting anyone I don't know well into our apartment."
Smart.
She said, "One of my friends, she had a small party, and one of the guys went into her parents' room and took all the cash."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like rifled through the parents' room, found the cash, and left with it.
Karen, we needed that money, Karen. That's all we had. Karen. In the new reboot of Goodfellas, it's just a high school chick having a party. Somebody
I'm
robs
Henry
the money.
at the end.
You're the Henry.
Yeah.
Listen, I know this. You're trying to enforce a code of decorum in this home. Okay, that's universal to any age group.
Yeah.
So those are the things you need to police. You can't really curfew her.
No.
You can't, you know.
But I do worry about her.
Of course.
Like, what would happen if she was somewhere and I wasn't waiting up?
So here's the answer. I don't know that you have to establish with her that, hey, I'm going to try to reel you in a little this summer. So when you're back on your own, you know, you're mindful of the threats out there. But you might need to, without articulating that this is the plan, remind her that these things are out there when they organically surface. Like the story of someone bringing people in for a house party that trashed the place is a reminder not to do that.
Oh, I was on a bus once with a guy who his son, he was out of town, and his 15-year-old son, he's like, here's some money. I'm only gone for a couple days. Had a party and put it out on Snapchat.
And we're on a bus?
No, the kid put it on. The guy was just telling me we happened to be on riding on a bus together because you know I'm a fan of the bus system.
You were on with with Joe Francis.
Port Authority bus terminal is one of my favorite spots to high five people.
This was in Spectrum Girls Gone Wild, your original video appearance. I apologize.
So he told me that his son put out on Snapchat that he was having a party. 500 people showed up. And they stole all of his clothes.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
And the dad was really mad, but he was like, good, you don't have any clothes. How does that feel?
Listen, most things that protect the house protect the kids, so that's the route you go.
The other thing is
weirdos.
My daughters think that, you know, because they think that I'm a strict parent and kind of a prude, my best friend is coming to town for a day. Oh, and whenever she gets a hold of him, she's like, no, let me tell you what your mom really did.
Whoa. Wow.
So I had to contend with that.
Well, most of your high school stuff's beyond the statute of limitations, though. So, I mean, from a legal standpoint, you're indemnified against any form of concern.
I asked our tour manager, my actual prom date was in town with his wife and family. I said, you want to go meet my prom date? And he was like, no.
Yeah, that's a toughie, man. Jenny didn't want to meet my prom date either. You know,
because she's still in high school.
You know that joke. It's rude to see her before she has the gown on. You know, she's still got one fitting left, so you wouldn't want to do that. Good job. But yeah, careful with the kid. But the big thing, man, is honestly, if you speak to her in the name of like productive fun. So you're not coming in as like an authoritarian, like, I know you got plans this summer. You don't need to do one of those.
No, it doesn't work. There's a time for that.
Yes.
There's absolutely a time and a place for the drill sergeant. It's not now, but who is the drill sergeant replaced with? That is what I'm finding out on this lovely parenting journey that has no end.
You're part of the new the new military now. You know, like the drill sergeants can't be roughing anymore. No, it's woke metal jacket. That's unbelievable.
All right. Well, that's a way to end our Memorial Day chat. To all who have served and fallen, may your memories be eternal. And God bless America. Thank you, Jim.
USA.
This has been Kennedy Saves the World, along with Jimmy Failla. I'm Kennedy. Listen ad-free with a Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app.
Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.